Hi, I'm Pat McGrew with Print Sample TV, and today I have the most amazing pleasure to come back to a family I have known for a very long time.
We do miss you.
My friend Lindy Cook. Lindy Cook is here, sorry, and Lindy is going to help us understand some really cool, amazing new technology that Kodak has brought to market. And you may have heard about it. This is the Kodak Ascend digital press. And this is not like anything you've seen before. This is a totally new platform with totally new technology. And this is made to lift the game of people who do some folding carton packaging. They might be doing light signage, but it's not that scanning printer type affair that you might have known in the past.
Yeah, absolutely.
This thing is just so amazing. So Lindy, tell me a little bit about what we have here, because you're going to love this.
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the things that the Ascend brings to our platform is it complements our other cut sheet digital device, the Nexfinity, which is probably the most versatile solution.
And everyone
that a commercial
knows it.
printer, right?
They're in every commercial printer in the world, right?
And a lot of embellishments and different things, because that's pretty much the name of the game. This brings some new embellishment opportunities and really streamlining the process of high-valued packaging with foil, or even invitations, different kinds of things.
So many interesting things that we saw you
greeting
doing.
cards, all kinds of stuff. So,
and even if you've never done packaging before, all of a sudden you can do packaging.
Well, especially because the platform goes to up to 24 point. We're continuing to advance that as well, because we recognize in retail signage, you may want to have a heavier substrate, so we're working on up to 30 point will be a future scalable.
But now
solution.
It doesn't have to be boring, right?
No,
it doesn't have to be just one color.
Absolutely,
it can be some really amazing stuff.
So this way, let me tell you real quick about this. Yeah, so this has got our clear Kodachrome foil ink, and this happens in one pass in our printing process.
Wow.
The ink itself has a reactive element, so that when you then run it through a foil laminator device, and there's all different kinds of compatible solutions out there, it recognizes exactly where that ink is laid down, adheres, and you're getting perfect registration all in one pass.
So here's my ta-da moment.
Yes.
So one of the things that I thought was so amazing was that if I'm just a sign printer right now, and I don't mean just a sign printer, if I'm printing signs, I'm used to printing flat, and I'm looking for new revenue streams.
Yes.
This is the machine that can get you there without you having to become an engineer.
Absolutely. I mean, small format packaging all the way up to 48-inch long signage from a retail.
And here's my other ta-da moment, right? So one of the things that I know, we were at a launch not long ago in Dayton, and they were telling us, this is the longest in the industry that you can print.
And the quality, right? So if you think about complementing wide format applications in a retail signage, being able to produce these at a much faster rate, at a higher quality, and at a lower cost, the versatility of having these types of applications all in one press really is opening up a lot of doors.
It can be variable.
So absolutely.
At the launch, one of the members of the press who was at the launch was going to have, his daughter was having a party on the weekend for a family event.
Yeah.
And they actually made him signs while we were sitting there that had variable content on them that he then folded up and took home with him.
It's the power of the digital. And show me this package here again. I just want to talk about a couple of unique things that if you're actually looking at this, our new dry inks infusing system that are on the Ascend broaden the gamut expansion in digital, and we also have the ability, in terms of the way that we are impressioning this, we have an oilless fusing system. Wow. So when you think about the importance in your folder gluer process and being able, sometimes people have challenges with fuser oil and glue and all of those. So if you're even a book publishing application, like going into a perfect binder and not having to worry about any of those glues. And the folding and scoring.
Look at
this.
If
you notice, it's not cracking the foil.
There's no cracking,
it's
nothing.
Not, I mean, our rub resistance, if you would, is amazing. It's a laser safe as well, right?
So cool.
So being able to
I took one of these home with me in my suitcase.
Chocolate in there.
There was, and then I mean, it didn't rub off in the suitcase, nothing.
Yeah,
So
very durable inks. And I mean, that's what you need out of packaging applications or any commercial print applications.
They'd have to be robust, don't they?
Yes.
So I love the Ascend. What else do we need to talk about?
Oh my gosh. So, I mean, it's going to be a great extension in our portfolio, but we've had, I think, one of the very cool elements in the versatility of our Nextfinity press is that customers can really look and say, okay, I can address all of these embellishments people are now asking for. I can hit my spot Pantone colors that they need. I can have amazing image quality. We actually just won the 2022 Pinnacle Award on the Nextfinity because we have interchangeable stations, right? I mean, we've got dimensional ink, we have white ink. White is great, but you need to be able to actually still represent CMYK on dark stocks. And so we can actually, in one pass, we have a very opaque white, so there's no extra hits, let's say, of getting that opacity. So we're printing the CMY on top of that, and the ability to look at, how can I add value, additional, this is a simulation.
At the texture.
Yes, it's so.
And I know that when we're doing it on film or on video, it's kind of hard to tell, but I promise you that if you were sitting here, you would be able to feel the texture right here.
Yes.
And there are so many brand applications for this. So, I mean, the cards, postcards,
absolutely,
catalogs, all manner of, I mean, if you were selling leather goods in a store, you might want to use this for your tags.
Floors, I mean, if you think about the grain that's in your floor pattern, or, a leather label on a wine bottle, or, I mean, there's just all kinds of great applications for it. And
look at the color.
Yeah, and then, the color is amazing. So I think from our cut sheet digital, we've got
amazing.
The quality, the versatility, the flexibility in substrates. We're printing on standard offset stocks, right? Paper's always a bit challenging nowadays. But we also, I just want to talk about a little bit of our other solutions, whether we're printing, publishing, commercial print, direct mail, packaging. We have our continuous web inkjet process or systems, and we also have our imprinting head. So we can address all of those applications regardless of how you want to print. But it's a really exciting year because we've announced our Prosper 7000 Turbo Press, fastest press in the world.
So if you're watching social media, watch for the little Kodak commercials that come up on LinkedIn, because they'll tell you how fast they can print Lord of the Rings. And there are just some amazing stats. But if you are a book printer, those numbers will be really meaningful to you. So if you're a commercial printer of any kind, the speed gives you capacity.
From a publishing, a newspaper perspective, this is, educational documents. So this is at, I'm never going to get this number right correctly here, 1,345 feet per minute. I think that's absolutely the fastest.
It's speedy.
It's like 5,000 something, 8.5 by 11 pages. I mean, it's just, it's mind-blowing when you see it actually work. We also have complemented that space with our new Ultra 520. And this, I'm going to have you take this test. Right? Because we've got the, you tell me, all right, here we are. We've got inkjet or offset.
And I will tell you that I took this test in Dayton and I failed.
Well, and I'm going to say, these are both beautiful pieces, and obviously one of them was printed with our Sonora Extra process-free plate, and there's, a strong presence of our process-free plates. It's just continuing to grow. Customers are recognizing faster make-readies, the value in our higher run lengths with this plate that they can achieve, whether it's conventional or
But this
UV.
is crazy, because one of the things when you look at, reverse teeny tiny type on black, which is something that sometimes you need for packaging or you need for regulatory reasons, and from a design perspective you want to do that reverse, and now you can do it and be legal.
Oh, 100%.
Right?
100%.
Which is crazy. And that I'll tell you what, if you get a chance, get your Kodak person to bring you these 2 samples and you take the test. You tell us what you think. Because, again, I know this stuff really well and I failed.
So this, I mean, from a publishing perspective, if you think about direct mail, I mean, to be able to print at 500 feet per minute, one of the major differences in Kodak's continuous inkjet technology is we are running at full machine rated speed at the highest quality, regardless if you're printing on glossy stocks or uncoated stock. We don't have to sacrifice speed for quality.
Right.
And that's generally how the world of inkjet has always kind of been.
So years ago when inkjet was new and Kodak was the only one in the market, we used to have some color challenges, right? Reds were a little tricky and there were some other things that we struggled with. But there's been a lot of innovation.
100%.
Right? The heads are all new, the inks are all new.
We're using our UltraStream Prosper heads, right? I mean, the gamut ability, but you have to. If you're really helping to support the customer base transition and complement where they are in offset and being able to address, you have to have offset-like quality at the inkjet capabilities and price and flexibility and what we can do. And you know, I think the UltraStream 520 is probably the
nice machine.
Yeah, I mean,
nice machine.
It is going to by far disrupt the marketplace.
Thank you.
And I'm excited for it.
So we need to wrap up this episode. And we were so jam-packed.
And I feel so bad too, because I'm like, oh my God, I have so many other things that I want to show sample-wise, but on our website, there are great even technology demonstrations that people can go through. Love to work with customers themselves and actually print their work, right?
Yeah.
I mean, my samples are beautiful, but great, but I mean, if you're in publishing, let's run some of your
Bring
work
a file.
and bring it, and let's do that.
So Kodak, known for color, right? They brought us the greens of summer. They're bringing us the colors that we need to run our businesses, to make our brand constituents happy, to make our books great, to make our sign and packaging great now.
100%.
Please go to your Kodak website. If you work with Kodak at all, talk to your Kodak rep. If you don't, I'm sure you can find one. And let them show you everything Kodak can do today. You may not know everything Kodak can do today. And print samples, oh, let me tell you, there are lots of them. So, I'm Pat McGrew.
Thank you so much, Pat. It's been awesome.
It's been awesome to be back at Kodak. Thanks for listening. We hope you'll come back for another episode.